Hi everyone and welcome back. Welcome to episode 12 of our Elm Creek Oats and Goats gameplay series. I'm the Ultra Farmer. As always, there's so much work to do around the farm today. Can't wait to get into it. We've got a couple contracts that I got done off camera, what's going to add a bit of money to the farm. I've bought a new horse. There has been a horse that's been born, so we got to go through all that so we can see the new additions to the farm. The goats are always bouncing around, doing their thing. We got to sell off some of their milk and kind of do some more maintenance around the farm. I want to move some things and I'm going to take some buildings down and kind of just do some adjustments. So let's get into it. Let's get into episode 12. All right, so the first thing I'm kind of doing here is I'm heading up to the dairy production facility so that we can drop off our milk. Now, this is the milk that has spawned outside of the barn itself, but there's still milk that's kind of in the shipping. There's like a shipping shed outside of our main barn, and we're gonna eventually demolish that. I got everything set to just sell. So as soon as the month kind of passes through into February, it's going to automatically sell off that goat milk. But I'm going to take this stuff in right now. It's not too much. Obviously, you can see we got a couple pallets on this trailer. But I kind of just wanted to take all the goat milk off and sell it. Then once we get back to the farm, I'm going to make some adjustments with that building. I just want to have all the pallets spawn out for us. And I think it'll just be better long term. That building's kind of in the way a little bit there. And I know that the point of it was when there's lots of goat milk, it's going to be kind of easier to move it around. But right now, the goats aren't producing enough milk for us to really need something like that. And like I say, it's kind of in the way. So I'm gonna get through this selling season of the dairy milk. And then we'll just get rid of that building once that's all kind of said and done. So we'll get done that in February. Now, what happened in between last episode and now? Like, not a whole heck of a lot, if I'm being super honest. The only thing I did is I went and did another plowing contract. There was a big one that popped up, so I decided to go do that. And I don't really remember where I go around these parts. Oh, looks like there's a drop off there. Let's see if we can get through in here. Take off all our straps. Oh, there we go. Okay, 5,600 bucks. Environmental score reward. Look at that. It's an extra 600 bucks. All right. Not too bad. So that's pretty good off those couple pallets. I mean, we still got 5,000 liters sitting in the production facility or in the barn itself. So when we sell that, we'll have a good little chunk of change to add to everything. Now, that being said, let's go into, or here, I'm going to get out here and maybe set the cruise control a little bit so that we can still be heading back to the farm. But we'll go accept that plowing contract. Now, the plowing contract that we did was actually like 20 grand. I think it was 22,000. Go in and grab it real quick. 22,301, yeah. Okay, so not too bad. We're at 87,000. Getting past because we're driving slow. Maybe we should kind of pull off to the side a bit. So now what we want to do is, like, it's January right now. We got to get into the springtime. In February, we're going to be cultivating all of our oilseed radish into the ground so that we can kind of just get our environmental scores up a little bit more, get the nitrogen back into the ground for the oat fields that we had kind of on the north side of our farm. That's all I did kind of off camera was I planted the oilseed radish, which really, yeah, you didn't miss anything. I went and did a plowing contract. Again, you've seen that a million times. Dip in through here. And that was basically it. Now I bought another stallion horse. I bought a horse named Trooper. He was 4 grand. It actually ended up costing 5,180 with the shipping or the transport fee. But really, really good horse. 27 months old. Everything, all of his stats are really, really good. So for 5 grand, it's a pretty good value horse. And I think we'll be able to use him for breeding. Him and Urko are kind of going to be my next. Him, Urko, Mufasa, and Applejack are going to be the main stallions. Groovy is 4 years old, and so my kind of plan with Groovy is to slowly get his value up around that 30,000 mark, and we'll probably end up selling off Groovy, and then at that point, Applejack, Urko, Trooper, and Mufasa will be like the main stallions. So let's go take a look real quick. I think. Okay, so there's Trooper. It says he's worth 4,200 bucks, but we paid 51.80 for him. Like Applejack's already worth 10 grand. Mufasa's worth 13 grand. So these will be really, really good stallions for us in the future. They just got to get over 22 months old, and then we'll be able to use them for breeding. I bought Trooper just to have like in the meantime, and same with Urko. Urko and Trooper will just kind of have, either we can sell them, or I don't really want to sell Trooper. I don't know if for some reason Urko isn't able to mate with the mares. The last time I put him in there, it just said there's no suitable mates, so I don't know why. But regardless, Groovy, 48 months old. I'm gonna just start really getting Groovy's daily riding up and get Groovy's health to 100% and keep that, and just see what kind of, if we can get around that 30,000 mark, and then I'll probably sell Groovy. But I also really want to see if I can get Groovy up around that 35 to 40,000 mark. So this will kind of be test stallion. We've got these in the background. As soon as we follow an Applejack get old enough, they'll be good stallions. So right now, Trooper and Urko will be our main breeding stallions. Now let's go into the other barn. Kismet is our newest mare, born, I believe, from Opal. Nope. Millie. My mistake. Makes sense. They're the same ones. I should have known that right away. Yeah. So Millie had Kismet just last month. I don't really know. I don't have a major plan with the mares right now. Obviously, you know, Haka, Opal, Brownie, and Penelope, they're all still pregnant. I don't really know. We'll let them all have their little foals, and then we'll kind of make a plan from there. From right now, I'm just going to keep everyone healthy. I'm not focusing on the riding too much. I'm keeping them a bit, but I'm not working on trying to keep all of their fitness at 100%. Is kind of the plan right now. Again, I just don't really know exactly. So let's get back in this tractor, because I just want to get some fuel in it before I forget. I've had to dump basically all of our oats into both of the horse pens, so we're out of oats now, which is fine. The one thing I'm toying with is if we buy that other field in the springtime. Don't really know this field. Oh, look at these environmental scores. 100. Not too bad. Not too bad. Well, field scores or whatever. I guess our overall is 85 though, so doing pretty good. These will go up as well once we get the oilseed radish out and we get other crops planted in there, so our full environmental score will go up, which is awesome. But yes, I definitely want to get this field. I really want to get this field so that I can dedicate one field to just grass. But also, I just don't want to be planting it or having to replant it all the time, but it also kind of doesn't really matter. There's nothing super good in the store. These are too big. 240 horse. Dang, that's a nice set of planters though. 109 grand. Yeah, we have no money. We have no money. This is a rock breaker. We definitely don't need that. We don't need a slurry tanker. This isn't enough horsepower for us to get excited about. Our other tractor's 190 horse. The only tractor that I would really be looking to get is maybe one of these on a good sale, and potentially this one on a good sale, because it's got 230 horse. Other than that, I mean, maybe these can be pretty good tractors. They came on a good sale, but maybe, but not really, if you know what I mean. So what I'm gonna do, let's just jump out here. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna sell all of that milk through the next month until we get into February. Jeez, it's snowing. Let's get out of the snow. We're gonna sell all of that dairy milk that's in the sheep barn or the goat barn, and then we're going to get rid of that building. We'll have a little bit of extra cash, and then we'll be able to kind of start working on our fields in the springtime, getting everything cultivated. So that'll be kind of our plan over the next little bit. Okay, it is a beautiful February morning. We sold off all of that dairy milk. Now let's just go into our finances. I had this kind of queued up for us, but so the sold products, so our dairy milk that we sold through the month was 19,000. I guess 20,000 bucks. A little bit into the February month. This is our contract income. This was our environmental score income, and this 61 bucks is for our subsidies, our oilseed radish subsidies. So not too bad. Now, as I go into, or we'll go do this in a second. Let's jump in. Yeah, let's jump into 4755 here. Let's get fired up. Let's go get hooked onto our set of cultivators so we can start getting this oilseed radish cultivated into the ground. Kind of getting congested over here. Might have to build a new barn. No, we don't need a new barn. We definitely don't need a new barn. We gotta spend money on different stuff. In the future, maybe we'll be able to kind of redesign the farm and stuff. But for right now, no new barns. Let's pull through here. What we gotta do real quick too. Let's hop out. Let's go make sure the Dan man's got some food. Let's get this cultivated. Maybe what we'll do. Get our GPS nice and set for us here. Nice. Yep, get everything nice and cultivated here. And then we can kind of get prepped for oat planting season, which will be coming upon us. You know, it always seems to come up quicker. Now, we got to kind of make decisions here right now, right? What are we going to do with this cash that we got? We've got a little bit of cash. We got 101,000 bucks. There's no new contracts up. There's nothing I've forgotten to accept. I don't think, at least. No, there's nothing that I forgot to accept. We've got everything kind of squared away, and we should be good to go. Do we buy that other field and plant it in this next oat season? Like, I'm kind of thinking that we do. I'm kind of thinking that we get that other field now that we've got this cash sitting. We won't really have... Yeah, I think we will, because we could always sell Groovy if we really ran into an issue and we needed some cash. We could sell Groovy and have like a quick 20k-ish coming our way, which I don't really want to do just yet until we have everything kind of sorted, if that makes sense, until I know for sure that... I just need to know the max value that I can get for the horses. I know there is a mod where I can increase the horse value, but I don't want to put that mod on until we have better facilities to kind of breed better animals, if that makes sense. Like, once I get riding stable and stuff built in for us, and we're able to really kind of put the horses through some kind of better training rather than running around the fields, then I would probably use that mod to kind of simulate that we are, you know, we're creating better horses. That's my plan, at least. But, you know, that being said, we've got this 100 grand. We could consider building that riding arena a little bit sooner rather than later. What we could do. Decisions here at decisionfarming.com. Can't seem to make any decisions. Let's jump out of that view for just one sec. Because I kind of wanted to put that riding arena to that field right over there. Was like my original plan. We're gonna have to do a little bit of landscaping to get everything leveled out, but that is... Oh, didn't drop this down, are we sure? But that is kind of my plan. Like, everything kind of slopes here, so we have to do a little bit of landscaping to level everything out for the riding arena. But that riding arena is only 25,000 bucks. The only thing that we are starting to slowly kind of run out of food. Like, we've got, not that it's like a major big deal, but we definitely we're out of oats right now, and I might have to buy some before the next harvest is complete. So I kind of wanted to get ahead on oats before I started buying, you know, riding arenas and all that stuff. Not too sure. I think I'll have to just flip a coin and figure it out. No, I will figure it out, but that's kind of like, that's what's been rolling through my head right now, is how we should kind of progress a little bit further. Or what we could do is, like, option A, we go buy that field right now, we get it planted for the next oat season, and we keep getting food production up for the animals just a little bit more streamlined. We cut and bale some hay / grass in the fall like we did last time. We'll have more than enough hay, especially if we do all those back fields. So that's option A, get that new field, get food going. Option B, we get the riding arena built, and we start kind of getting better value for the horses. Option C, we just kind of get through this year. What I want to do is set a worker on this field, and we're going to go look at that riding arena. Option C, yeah, we get through this year, we get all the horse values up a little bit more, and then we get through another year of contracts. save up some more cash, and then next year at this time we do both. We buy the field, we build the riding arenas, and all that jazz. Let's go into here, and I want to just show you the riding arenas. There's a couple. Like, so this is the main riding arena that I want to put in. Yeah, it's gonna cost us about 30 grand. We're gonna have to do some landscaping to get everything leveled out, but this will definitely be able to train the horses a little bit better, I think. And we'll be able to get better value if they're, if they're a little bit more skilled. Now, the only thing with this riding arena is we put this in, we then take away that other field. Or we take away this field and we don't have that other field. So we lose a field and we don't have another one to compensate for it. In the future, if we can afford it, this riding stable would be pretty cool. Not enough money. You're telling me. You are telling me. I think. Yeah, because I don't really want to put the riding. Well, we could put this riding arena out here eventually. Land not owned by you. Yes, I'm aware of that. And then we would still be able to have this field up here and just a little bit less of this field, which I guess is kind of the same difference if we take everything out. But I think what I'll probably end up doing is building this riding arena so that we can get the horse values up more. Kind of my plan. So I'm gonna we'll get through cultivating all this, and I'm gonna I'll get us prepped into the next month when we get ready to plant all of our oats, and then we'll kind of make a decision from there. I'll hem and haw on it a little bit and make sure that's the right plan, but I kind of think that's what we do is we get this riding arena built in. That way the horse values can start to increase. We don't really need another field. Like, it's an extra, it's 60 grand. You can buy a lot of horse food with 60 grand. Like, you could buy a lot of oats. You buy 60 bags of it. No, they're not $1,000 each. Pig food is $1,000 per 1,000 liter. We know that. Let's go down. Should be under big bags. Not in there. Oh, you'd think I'd know where this is. Food. 1,000, yeah, $1,400. Yeah, you can buy a lot of oats for that. Plus, we can feed them hay. Yeah. Okay. I think that's what we'll do. I'll bring you guys back in March once we're kind of getting ready to get all of our oats and stuff set into the ground, and then we'll kind of go from there. We'll do the landscaping and stuff that we have to for that new riding arena, and let's get that put in. Let's start training some better horses. All right, crew, I'm just getting hooked on to our set of plows here, and I'm going to head up to, there's a contract that we can go do. But yeah, I got our plow connected, and I'm going to head up and do a contract that popped up. It is for $16,000, and it's right just south of the farm here, so it's not too bad. I think we'll accept that contract right there. Boom. And yeah, we'll head down there and do that contract. But I wanted to show you guys the new riding arena that I got for the horses. And yeah, it cost 25 grand. We had the landscapers come in and get some of the ground leveled out and stuff for us. Let's shut this tractor off real quick. Now we'll take the horses through here. We'll be taking through here a whole bunch. So I don't got to do it right now, just yet. I want to focus on that. But I also built us a little kind of gazebo viewing area up here with a barbecue. We can cook some burgers and some hot dogs or something while watching the horses train. Pretty not bad, right? Like, this is a pretty cool little arena. I tested it, of course. I went through with one of the horses, and it's kind of difficult to get the horses through there because they don't turn really good. The horses don't got that good of turning radius, so you got to kind of go slow, but you can get them through the obstacles. We'll be going through there a bunch with the horses, so I'm not gonna go worry about that just yet. I want to go work on this plowing contract because I think what I might do, I'm just going to see, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy this field no matter what. And we'll just go back down to having no money, pretty much. I think I'll do that because worst case scenario, if we did get into a bind, I could always sell one of the horses to get us out of a jam, which I don't think I'll have to do. And yeah, I think I'm going to end up buying that field is kind of what I was thinking. So Plus, if we do this contract, you know, it's an extra 16 grand. We won't be completely broke. We'll be pretty broke, but we won't be completely broke. And you know, next couple years or so, like Mufasa, Applejack, those horses will mature pretty good, and we'll make more money. We'll make more money. I think it'll be good to have another field, and then that kind of completes a little bit of the puzzle. I'm just gonna set a worker to this right now. That will end up completing like a little bit of our kind of puzzle here. You know what? I'm just gonna do it right now. Let's just buy this. It worked. 9 grand. Yeesh. That's all good. That kind of, yeah. This was like a major goal that I had for us to kind of get this whole little zone. Obviously, field 5 and 12 will be next. This one's 114 grand. This one's 90. But yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And then once we get those, we'll be moving kind of out in this area potentially. Because what I would like to do at some point, I don't know exactly how it'll all go down, but I definitely want to get us a new custom kind of pasture or something built for the goats. So I don't know how we will do it. I'm thinking maybe in here somewhere. Yeah, I don't exactly know how we're gonna do it, but we could always use the new, like we built that new pasture where the mares are in. We could always potentially kind of convert that into something for the goats in the future, and then create another horse pasture somewhere else. I don't really know. I'll figure kind of all that out, and we'll kind of plan it as we go. It'll plan through, and it'll become a little bit better. Because as I come into the build mode here, I kind of don't want to mess with this, just because I kind of like it. It's a pretty good setup for the horses. They're close back and forth. I think I'll even be able to store some of the horses in this riding arena. What I'm kind of thinking is I'm going to save this riding arena, and I'm going to be putting horses in here that I need to get ready to sell. So these horses that stay in this riding arena will be ones that it takes, you get 25% of fitness each month, that you get 100% of the riding score. So it takes about 4 months to get your horse to 100% fitness. You can clean them each time, ride them each time. So technically it takes 4 months, and then you could hit the 100 in all 3 categories: riding, cleanliness, and fitness. So if I need horses that I'm kind of getting ready to sell, I'll probably, to keep everything separate, maybe put some in there, or I don't know. We'll end up coming up with a good plan. I like this area for the riding arena. I don't know what we'll do here long term, to be honest. Maybe this is where something will kind of change, and we'll get some goats out here as well as right here. And then maybe kind of convert a bit more and get some sort of a shop or more storage space for the equipment potentially down the road. I don't really know, but that was kind of my idea in the beginning, was that everything in the main area of the farm would kind of not be farmland anymore, and then we would be using stuff that we buy out in here for our main fields and such. And if it got to the point where we had to expand even further, we would expand into here, and you know, even in here, which I don't think we'll need to, but and then if we had to push our fields, they would then start to come out into these areas. I don't know if I would expand much more past here and out here. I don't think so, but I guess never really know. We never really know where the series will go. But okay, I'm gonna get that plowing contract done. Get that one kind of squared away, and then I'll meet you guys back in March, and that's when we'll start planting our oats. I'm just pulling through here with the planter, and I'm gonna head up, and I'm going to get our new field planted. I don't know, we gotta cut this grass and stuff as well. I gotta kind of work on that. I'm gonna set a worker to do this. Now what we need to do as well is we gotta go in and we need to purchase field information for this field. Where are we at? Go, let's purchase some soil information. Cost $1,000. We really don't have that $1,000, but that's okay. And I want to go get connected so that we can mow our grass, because I might as well get a cut off of everything, and then we can go back to planting all of our oats and stuff. So I'm going to jump over to this tractor. Now I want to hook onto the mower, and we will go over and cut our grass. It's not at its full growth stage, but I'd rather just get a cut off of it. We'll probably just make hay. Do I want to just make hay? Yeah, I'm thinking we'll just make hay. and that way we'll store all that stuff off. Then we can cultivate that land and get some oats planted in there. I still want to keep running the same system where after all the oats is done, then we'll, oh, I did this last time. I still want to run the same system where once the oats are planted and then harvested, we'll clear off the fields, we'll mulch, do all our normal stuff, plant grass, try and get some good... Am I... Good lord. Gotta get a different mower. Alright, let's go. Third time's a charm. Good god. Okay, let's get this grass cut. Unfold this unit. Let's set a worker to do that. We got one worker planting out here. I'm going to jump out. I'm going to run over, and we're going to check on the horses, and maybe we'll run someone through the new riding arena. I don't really know which one exactly. Let's go into the stallions, and let's just see what Urko or maybe Mufasa is doing. We can just jump on. Or maybe even Trooper. Yeah, we got Mufasa here. Alright, let's go, buddy. So yeah, like, they don't turn very good. So you gotta slow them down. Which that's the only way you can really get them to turn, but they don't really jump over everything that well when they're going that slow, to be honest. Yeah, this is kind of the speed that you have to be at to get them to do everything. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, kind of. But if you go faster, they just will not, like, make the turns. That was a pretty good one. See, that's the next speed up, and it's just like, it's impossible to get them to turn. It would almost be better if it was a little bit bigger. Maybe it would be best if we could make like our own custom. Yeah, see, almost a little bit too slow. But we will get them trained up real good in here. See, that's like top speed. And they just don't make the turns good. Pretty fast there. I might just have to do this, jump like that. Get the old spin around here. See, this is the sharpest that they will turn. Can we make this jump? Oh, let's go, Mufasa. Okay, up and around the bend here. Not bad. Run into the wall a little bit. Okay, what do we have for riding? 68%. Yeet. Not bad. Alright, let's get him spun around. What's the farthest that we can make for a leap here? I want to go right off that corner and see how far into the pen we can jump. Okay, let's slow him down. There we go. Let's go. Nice. Not too bad. Just gotta like, you gotta feather the trigger. Oh my god. Nice work, Mufasa. Okay, let's head back. That's some good training right there, bud. Your value is gonna skyrocket from all that agility that we've just got to put him through. Yeah, like Mufasa's value is pretty crazy actually, because Mufasa was like just born, and we didn't actually have to buy Mufasa, and he's already worth 15 grand, which is pretty awesome. And then, yeah, this is Applejack. Applejack would have been born at roughly the same time, because his fitness is at 10%. Groovy's awesome. See if we can thread through everybody here. No. They get so jammed out. Yeah, I'm not even gonna mess with it. We'll just let the horses kind of be for right now. So I'm gonna get both these fields cut. I will get both of them tedded, and then I'll just kind of keep bringing you back as all of that progresses, whether we're, maybe we're doing some tedding together and stuff, or I'll be setting the worker to go plant kind of our main field out front of the farm as soon as they're done this field. once these are cut and baled and all that, then I'll send them over here. We might have to hook onto our cultivator and then get these fields cultivated, get the oats planted, do any nitrogen or any of the liming and stuff that we got to do, which we probably will have to mess around with it a little bit after we get this grass pulled off. I'm kind of thinking, I'm going to kind of think out loud here a little bit, but now that we've got this other field, I'm going to try and plan kind of while everything's going on here, which fields I'm going to leave as grass. I might just leave this field that we're on right now as a grass field and do the other ones in oats. Yeah, I might just do that. Just go leave this one grass, go oats, oats, oats for now. And then we'll just keep doing grass, keep baling, all that stuff. And that way, I don't know. You know what? It probably doesn't even really matter. I'll come up with a plan and we'll do it. But it doesn't, I don't think it really matters. I'm definitely overthinking this. I'll probably just leave this one grass. Probably should not just cut it right now, but well. We'll get a cut off this. It's March. We'll be able to get 2 more for the rest of this year of good hay cuts / grass, and we'll just go from there. I'll do this one in oats, this one oats, obviously this one oats, and we'll just roll with that for right now. Yeah, I'm just pulling back in the barn with our mower here, and then I'm gonna drop that off. Oh, I just want to drive in these so bad, don't I, with this mower on? Like that's what I want to do more than anything. Maybe I should just keep these outside. But this unit outside. I got a worker heading the field right now so that we can make our hay. I'm just going to kick this unit off in here and then I'm going to go hook on so that we can start rolling some of our fields as well. Both those fields are planted with oats, so I figured I might as well have a worker doing a bit of the rolling kind of while all this is going down. I think at least if I gotta stop and I need this other tractor for some reason, which I probably won't really need to, I might get one field rolled and then hook onto our windrow, get the windrower so that I can get some windrows going on that field. Yeah, that's kind of my plan. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It almost would be nice. It almost would be nice if I had 3 tractors sometimes. I think that'll be kind of the next goal as we go would be to get some different tractors. Now, while we're pulling along here, I just want to look in. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of this kind of shipping station. And let's jump back in the tractor here and go. We'll get this first field rolled. Maybe I should wait to unfold these bad boys. Okay, let's get a worker set on this field. At least get this one rolled. Yeah, because this one really won't take much longer to get tedded. Danny, I can see Danny in the background over there checking out the new oat field. Yeah, let's go look at a tractor. If we could get another tractor, which one would we get? One of these would be good. Would be real good. This one's such a good option. You just get 230 horse for like 89,000 bucks. That's just such a good deal. Such a good deal. What other mods do I have in here? What's this one? That's 190 horse, 190 horse. That's what we already got. Question is though, do we get rid of the? No, we're not gonna get rid of any tractor. We could get rid of that one and we'd get like 40 grand for it, but really I think having 3 tractors would kind of be, especially if we're doing field work like this, if we're gonna be swapping around, going back and forth, potentially grass to oats on some of the fields, it would be nice to have a 3rd tractor. We probably could end up rolling this field a little bit quicker than the AI worker would do. Yeah, maybe we will just... I'll let them finish this pass here. We'll go like that. And I'm going to spin around. Missed that little corner there, didn't I? The new riding arena looks pretty cool, I think. I think. Yeah, we're really... Oh! Ha 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 ha. I always wait for you guys to do this, but... There, I collected that contract. That was that plowing contract we did, so we've got enough money right now. We don't really have lots, but we have enough to get us through, that's for sure. Oh, good lord. Okay, let's get this headland done. At least get this field rolled, and then we could. I'll bring our roller out to the new oat field, and I'll just kick it off and let it sit there. I've got the planter out there, just kind of sitting waiting as well to do whatever we need to do next. Well, I don't know which field we'll get to that one field. We're still gonna have to wait because I got to get that one field tedded, windrowed, and baled before we can cultivate it and all that jazz. But we will get everything planted in good time. In good time. I'm looking forward to the fact that we'll have a little bit more hay that we can throw in our storage facility just to kind of help out. And it'll be nice with these new fields. We'll have we should have like a good surplus of oats. At least I'm hoping for next winter, or I guess next springtime. What the heck? What the heck? Did you guys just see that? What? What? What just happened? Oh my god, we just turned into the Bermuda Triangle of what? Where's our other tractor? Oh my god, I'm leaving that in. Like that is the craziest thing. I've never had that happen to me. Has that ever happened to you guys before? We just literally glitched and back to the store? Oh my god. That was really weird. Maybe I should save the game here before something else really weird happens. What? That is absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do as well is I'm gonna hold off on searching for more of the golden apples. I think I'm just gonna wait until we kind of make some more money. I don't want to just be going through getting those apples and just like getting like that easy kind of cash. So I think I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna wait. Yeah, we'll wait till things are like once I'm making really good money off the horses and stuff, and the farm is really thriving. Then we'll go off and we'll do our search. But right now we're kind of we're low on money, so I don't want to just go and find those things because it's like an easy, it's free 5 grand, which really would go a long way for us right now. And I don't want to do that. I'd rather just grind it out and make our money through the horses or through the goat milk. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do, or just keep getting glitched out back into Narnia while we're trying to roll this field. That was so weird, unbelievable. Okay, there we go. Now, that one field should be tedded by now, or at least it'll be dangerously close. Maybe I will have time to go roll that other field. Let's fold this up. Fold this up for when we're pulling through here so we don't get hooked up on something, which more than likely I would. Alright, let's spin in here. Yeah, I'll just leave the planter sitting there for now. Okay, yeah. Let's get tedders going on this other field. I mean, you know what I could get? I could get another 3650 tractor. We don't really need a medium tractor. Like for pulling tedders and stuff like that. Or the windrower. Like, let's go just go take a look at some small tractors. I might even have mods installed that could. I mean, this one will go up to 250 horse, but I think you'd have to. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. What's this one? This one goes up to 120. I mean, like, that's 50 grand. This one would go up to 45 and or 145 for 42. That's really not that bad. That could be a good tractor for us. 145 for 50 grand? Hmm. That could be an option. Could be an option. That's too expensive. This is such a solid tractor, though. It really is. All right, let's see if we can get... We got a dog sleeping on our field. Hey, Henny, what are you doing? All right, let's get my GPS set on this. Because by the time I get this done, rolled out, we still got to do nitrogen on this field. We got to do the pH levels and get that all balanced out. There's quite a bit of work that we still need to do to get everything kind of prepped. Still got to get all the windrowing done and then get all our baling done, get the bales pulled off, put into the storage facility. There's a lot of work that we got to do. But that's okay. Alright, let's get this. If I can get back on the straight and narrow here with these rollers. Oh, now the next goal is we got to get this other field. Another tractor and another field. Probably another tractor first, but I definitely still really want to get all these fields. I don't know why. It just feels like a fun, like kind of like little challenge to keep expanding the farm and get more and more oats going. Have more hay, just have a really good stockpile of hay for the horses. Get some really good stockpiles of grass for all the goats. But kind of one thing at a time is going to be the main thing. I think with the field work that's starting to pile up, the next thing that we'll save money for and get is going to be another tractor. If all we can afford is another 3650, that's what we'll get. Because the 3650 does good work for us. Get out of the way, puppy. Or you get rolled over. The 3650 is a good tractor. There's not much that I run into that we can't do with it. Unless we're running the a cultivator or our plow. But that's not, you know, we got the 4755 that we can run both those implements with. So we could always get another 3650. 45 grand. It's a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. If something came on sale, that would be awesome, but you never really bank on that. I definitely don't want to take out a loan for anything. We can't finance anything, so we either got to get a good deal or just deal with that 3650. Now, I'm gonna try and get Groovy's health up to around that $30,000 mark. See if we can push past that up into like maybe 35, 40, or even hopefully 50,000 now with the new training facility. I'm hoping that's what we are able to do with Groovy. Same thing with Applejack and Mufasa, because we got Trooper and Urko, which could be the main stallions for the mares. And once all the other ones give birth and we get little foals, we'll know exactly, like if they're all mares or if they're all stallions, we'll be able to make kind of a plan from there of what we're gonna do, what we're gonna keep, and all that stuff. Things always just drifting around. It's a good set of rollers, but they do just kind of drift around a little bit. Nice thing though is we'll get this field all rolled out. We'll get this field rolled out and we'll be done in time for that field to be tedded most likely. And then we can set this tractor to go on the windrowers and yeah, keep plugging along. So I'll probably end up doing that and then we will start baling. Alrighty, we are back finally. We got our windrower going on that final field. I went through and I did the pH and the nitrogen on our new oat field. So I got that all balanced out, kind of as good as I can for right now. I think it'll be pretty good, but we'll have to just kind of keep messing along with it as we go. Doing our same thing with our cover crop and stuff in the, in the fall time so that we can cultivate it in the spring. Same routine. That seems to be working pretty good. I haven't, I guess I haven't really like dived in more to the precision farming and all the kind of intricacies of maybe getting stuff a little bit better. Like if we could be, I think I just want to get some other things more settled first or more kind of situated. Like I'm sure that that deep down, okay, I'm just gonna get out of this, get out of the way here. I don't know why it's doing that. I was hoping I could just kind of keep chasing around and that, yeah, it doesn't really matter. But I wonder if spraying is going to be a little bit better for applying nitrogen or different types of fertilizer like that Is that better if I get a spraying unit? I don't really know. I'm sure it's fine with a solid fertilizer. Maybe it doesn't even make that big of a difference, but maybe it does. I don't really know. I wonder if manure and stuff would make a difference. I don't see it being. Well, maybe. I'm not too sure. Maybe it can get applied a little bit better, and so like with like a little bit more fine tuning, so then you can get a more average kind of like spread over your fields. But that stuff I kind of don't really know. I haven't really had time to dig into and like look into. But in time, once more things get settled, and when I have a really good routine for the horses, and we're making like consistent money off the horses, like almost each year we're putting a sale through and maybe making like 40 or 50 grand, or maybe even like 60 or 70K if we can get 3 or 4 horses sold each year. That would like really help out with kind of everything. And like once we can get to that point, we'll be able to really dive into some other aspects of it. At that point too, a bunch of these fields that we'll kind of own this whole bottom side of the map, like I've wanted to do. And then we kind of have some different options, some like different quote unquote side quests that we can go on to make our fields more efficient, get the environmental scores higher, make the animals better. Like I've really kind of just been focusing on the horses right now because it seems like it needs a lot of work the way that they. Oh, don't run into me. It seems like it needs a lot of work just riding them and being on top of the breeding and all that stuff. And the goats just kind of, they just give her. They just are bucking around in there, and they don't really jumping around. They don't really worry about too much. And it's pretty easy to keep them maintained. The goats don't really eat that much either. It's pretty easy, but I just want to get to the point where the horses are super streamlined and I have like a good system for breeding them, figure out which ones we're going to sell, figure out which ones we're going to keep, for how long we're going to keep them, and just kind of that whole cycle. When's the best time to sell horses? I don't even know which month technically is the best time to sell a horse. Lots that we got to figure out in the next 20 episodes or so. I still think this series will go around kind of our traditional 30 episode length, unless it seems like we need more time. This is definitely a slower kind of a slower burn gameplay series, just because we're not having those consistent flows of cash, those consistent flushes of cash like we were with the pigs, for example. Or the breeding of the cattle seemed to go a little bit quicker, and we were getting crazy amounts of milk. And not only that, we were getting slurry and manure, and we were able to kind of refine that stuff and make extra cash. And since we're not doing silage, which I didn't want to do anything with silage in this series, things move a little bit slower, which I kind of like, because it's a bit more. I mean, it's still not super realistic, but it's a little bit more realistic. You wouldn't just be starting a farm and being just dropped into having, a couple $100,000 dumped into your farm each year from a bunch of different enterprises. Like, it would take time to build things up, to really get everything flowing good, to get your fields and stuff so that they're performing at their quote unquote best, all that stuff. So I kind of like that we're doing precision farming. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to do precision farming with every series that we do from now on, unless it's something special that we do. But I will definitely be. I think all of our series will have precision farming. It just seems like the best, if I'm being honest. Or I like it the best. Maybe I'm just too used to doing the game, playing it the other way, but I feel like the AI worker isn't windrowing. Yeah, like just kind of running in circles here. Am I crazy? I feel like this definitely should have been windrowed a little bit better. We might have to go do it ourselves. That's all right. That is all right. Okay, yeah, let's get this windrowed. Now, what I think I'm probably going to do is we're probably going to end this episode there. I'm just going to keep going through, getting these fields windrowed, get the bales and stuff done. And, we got still some more field prep and stuff that we got to do to get oats planted on this field. We got to mess with more nitrogen once that all happens. We got to mess with more of the pH levels and all that. We're going to kind of have to get to next episode, I'm thinking. I'm thinking at least, just because we're running out of time and we still got a lot of chores to do. I will be, aggressively on the hunt for another tractor. Although we can't afford anything right now, I'll still be looking to get one as soon as we can afford one. But yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll end this episode there. I'll just go through and get everything windrowed here, get everything ready to go. I'll probably bale, and then yeah, once we're back next episode, we'll jump back into field prep and getting the rest of these oats planted. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I hope you have a good afternoon, morning, evening, whenever it is that you're watching this. Appreciate you all very much. Thank you to everyone who's hit that like button. Thank you to everyone who's hit that subscribe button, who's joined the Discord server. I got to see a bunch of your guys' farms in the Discord server. A bunch of you guys posted pictures of the farms that you're building. That's awesome. I was really stoked to see all those and just see what everybody's got on the go. It's all, you guys obviously know every farm that I got on the go, so it was fun to see your guys's. Make sure and put more pictures up of that. Put pictures of your gaming setup, or yeah, whatever your computer setup, or however it is that you play the game. If do you got like steering wheels and the joysticks and all that stuff? Like, let me know. Show me your guys' setups and stuff. I would love to see it, and I'll do the same. I'll try and get some pictures and stuff of my setup all posted, so you guys can see where the quote unquote magic happens, or the just nonsense, whatever it is. Danny, get out of the way, bud. You're gonna get hit. Okay, thanks again, everybody. Appreciate you very much. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Take care.